This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, July 31st, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. The end of July is here. Dog days of August are upon us. Hey, in a follow-up story to the body that was found up in Glen Burnie in the 800 block of Aquahart Road over the weekend, the Anne Arundel County Police Department has released the identity of the man they discovered. Using fingerprints, they were able to positively identify him as Brian Gary Gifford, of no fixed address, and he was 56 years old. If you'll remember that he was found in the back of a pickup truck, which was actually involved in a missing person case. The body was sent to the office of the chief medical examiner on Sunday, who ruled the death a homicide due to trauma to the body. This is a very active investigation, and police are offering a reward of up to $10,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in this death. They do this for all murders in Anne Arundel County. If you have any information, whether you think it's relevant or not, give homicide detectives a call at 410-222-4731. And remember, you may have just seen something that looked a little bit out of place, and it may be the clue to help solve the case. On Monday night at about 8:45 p.m., the Annapolis Police Department attempted to stop a stolen gray Ford Focus on Calvert Street, which had been stolen earlier in the day from in front of a Maryland Avenue business. The car took off and finally stopped just around the corner at Obery Court. 4 people jumped out of the car and bolted, and officers were able to arrest the 2 that stayed in the car, and they were 2 teenagers, a 14-year-old male and a 15-year-old male, and they were charged as juveniles with auto theft and released to their guardians. Not really Annapolis Police, but Annapolis Parking. What used to be free parking on Middle West Street in the area of Lemongrass and Metropolitan, Sailor Oyster Bar, the Lighthouse Bistro, that area. The city has now installed parking meters along there, but there is a catch. They are 2-hour limit meters, and you are unable to pay with it by any means other than the app. So you're going to have to download the Park Mobile app to be able to park on those 11 spaces. These spots all used to be free parking. Now, this is probably a precursor, if I had to guess, to being able to install parking via the app nearly citywide. Stay tuned on that. Annapolis and Anne Arundel County have gotten together with some really good legislation, in my opinion. They're going to be seeking public comment for a draft plan that's going to ban any dumping of sewage in 13 no-discharge zones throughout Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. Environmental advocates and me support expanding the zones, saying that it's going to reduce nutrient pollution in the county waters. The opponents say that the changes are going to hurt smaller boats and residents living aboard. But that's sort of a red herring, because there are pump-out boats that ply the harbor and the waters around Annapolis, as well as every marina facility has a pump-out facility as well to get rid of that. Now, this policy does need to be approved by the DNR and the EPA, and that will all come after a series of public meetings. Now, each of these meetings is going to be from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., and there are 3 of them. One at the Pip Moyer Rec Center on August 14th at 273 Hilltop Lane in Annapolis. Another one on August 19th at the Anne Arundel County Police Department Southern District at 35 Stepney's Lane in Edgewater. And finally, August 22nd at the Early Heights Volunteer Fire Department at 161 Ritchie Highway up in Severna Park. In a statement released from the county executive's office, Stuart Pittman said, "This is just common sense. We will only be successful in protecting the Chesapeake Bay if we implement strategies to reduce pollution on land and in the water." Hey, if you want to be a rock star, this summer the legendary rhythm section of the Granger Brothers, guitar maker Paul Reed Smith, and drummer Dennis Chambers are going to be leading a week-long music masterclass at Maryland Hall. These classes are for anybody that's 12 and up. You can bring your instrument or not, and the teaching staff is going to include some of the best professional musicians we have to offer here in Maryland, including Paul Reed Smith, the Granger Brothers, and Dennis Chambers. Age is 12 and up, so it's children through retirees, and if swinging the tuition for this may be a bit much for you, but you have some talent or a passion for music, they do have a few scholarships available, so don't let money stand in your way. You can learn more information about the whole masterclass series, sign up, and all of that at marylandhall.org. Speaking of rock stars, I want you to have a listen to the gentleman that we're going to be talking with this Saturday on our Legacy Business Spotlight series. This guest has an outstanding thought on shopping locally.
One of the policies here that I inherited from the was we only buy or vendor independently owned businesses. So the only thing I buy that is directly commercial is gasoline. Everything else is bought from private, family-owned businesses just like ours. And you can really do that if you want to. Most people don't realize that Admiral Cleaners has been owned by the same family since it opened. It's the largest in the area. The Grawls stores are all family-owned, now in their third generation, with 7 locations from Baltimore to the shore. It's not that hard. My eye doctor is local, my physician is local, and I only shop in independent companies. I just don't buy commercial because I just don't have to. If I want stuff for the lawn, I go to Bowen's in Riva. It's a family that's been there for 3 generations.
You and I are very similar in that. I don't have a whole lot of room in my wallet for the mall.
Correct. I don't need to go. I don't need to go to Safeway. I can go to Grawls. It's right across the street. If I can't get it from my home on the weekend that I'm off, I just wait. It's just that easy. It's not always possible if you're running out to get something or going to a kid's party or something, but for the most part, you can fine-tune your life to be as important as your values to the community that you live in.
Well, how about that? I agree wholeheartedly. This episode does drop at Saturday at noon, as I said. And finally, a congratulations to Scott McMullen, who was our winner from our contest yesterday from the Ram's Head. He was the 5th person to email me. Now, Scott is a friend of mine, and I really did debate disqualifying him because of that. But then I said, he won it fair and square, so he's off to see comedian John Fusselgang at the Ram's Head on stage on Friday. And once again, thank you to the Ram's Head for doing this Ticket Tuesday. You want to make sure you check back in here on Tuesday again, because we're going to have tickets to, this is a good one, Brett Dennen on August 8th. All right, that is about it for the top news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day, because we do update it throughout the day. Give a click on that first link in the show notes and find out all the different ways that you can connect with us. If you're someplace that you can leave a rating or a review, please do that. And give us a recommendation to your friends and family. That would be much appreciated. Other than that, hang tight. We've got George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. He's coming up in just a minute. But first, here, let me tell you a little bit about Kegs and Corks, which is coming up on August 17th.
Hey, it's Gina Crash. Join me Saturday, August 17th for the Kegs and Corks Festival at the Anne Arundel County Fairgrounds. Tickets benefit the Special Olympics of Maryland and include a souvenir glass, unlimited wine and beer samples, plus live music by Amish Outlaws, J. Corsi Willis and the Stone Authors, and XPD Band. Enjoy over 80 Maryland wines, 40 craft beers, incredible food, unique arts and crafts, and more. Go now to kegsandcorksfest.com for tickets.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Wednesday, July 31st. Skies become unsettled today for Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County to cap off the month of July, and they'll stay that way for the first 2 or 3 days in August as well, as a frontal boundary moves into the region and lingers for a while in the skies above. Look for highs today in the 85 to 92 degree range with a chance of showers and storms throughout the day, and expect much of the same each day tomorrow into Friday or Saturday, with more 80s and a daily chance of showers and storms as well, hopefully clearing out in time for at least part of the weekend ahead. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there. Be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Looking for a place where you can dine, catch a live music performance, shop, and enjoy weekly entertainment all in one place this summer? Head over to the Annapolis Town Center, where food, fun, and events are happening all summer long. Enjoy happy hour at a restaurant, jam out to a live local performance, watch a movie under the stars, and shop tons of stores. It's all happening at the Town Center. For more details, check out the Town Center's website at visitatc.com.
There is a diamond of diamonds. It's from De Beers. Only 14 diamond tears in the world can touch them. Its name, Forevermark. And Zachary's is the only jeweler in the Annapolis area that has it. Not only is it beautiful and rare, it has a story, supporting women in diamond-producing areas around the world. So when you give a Forevermark diamond, you don't just give, you give back. Zachary's and Forevermark, a jeweler and a jewel. Online at zacharysjewelers.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.